Country Morning.
Now, obviously, I'm not one to stir things up between Liz and her husband, Will. I would never, ever do that. But I've been hearing bits and pieces of a story from yesterday afternoon into last night into this morning where it sounds to me like Will gets to do a little I told you soing. And I wanted to save that for this part of the morning because Will does not listen to us on a regular basis. Will's a rock and roll guy. Will likes KCMQ. He likes Shax and Trevor. But if he ever does hear the morning show, Liz has told me before, this is the kind of the time that he hears it. So I wanted him to be able to hear this, that he was right about something. Is this one of those times, perhaps, Liz, when you did not have 100% faith in his handyman capabilities?
That is an accurate statement.
Are we on the right track here?
Yeah, and I'm a little bit in the doghouse for it.
Okay.
Not gonna lie. A couple of nights ago, I thought I smelled gas in our utility room.
Okay.
And a couple of weeks ago, Will had been tinkering with our water heater.
Okay.
And he had fixed the problem. And so I thought the gas smell that I was smelling a couple of nights ago was from him tinkering with it. And I got really afraid, so we turned off the water heater, and I said, I'm calling a plumber. And Will said, no, we've experienced this before. It's a drain issue. It's not the water heater issue.
Okay.
So I went ahead and I called the plumber. Plumber came out yesterday. Very nice, by the way. Enjoyed his company. And at one point he was asking me questions, and I'm like, I have no idea what the answers are to these. So I called Will. And so Will talked to him a little bit on the phone. And at the end of the phone call, the plumber was like, so I can't really find a leak or anything like that with the water heater. I've run all my tests. I think it was, the drain in the utility closet. Shoot.
Which is what Will thought it was all along, right?
All along.
So basically he told you your husband was right.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
So we hang up with Will, and not 30 seconds later, I get a text message from him. So I was right all along, right? And I said, maybe. So I spent a couple $100 all for somebody to tell me that my husband was right.
Good for Will.
Whoopsies.
Good for Will. That will not happen every time.
No.
But when it happens, I feel like we should pat our man on the back a little bit.
Yes. No, he did a very good job. Honestly, though, I would rather be safe than sorry.
Absolutely true. You're dealing with gas.
Especially with gas.
Yes, ma'am. You're exactly right.
However, it's going to take a while for me to live this one down.
Right. God bless William Del Grasso. That's Liz's husband. Time to time, I drag him into this morning show whether he wants to be here or not. Liz was telling me a story. They've had a little problem with a water heater and some drain issues. And Liz was telling me that Will diagnosed the problem. Liz called a plumber anyway. Turns out Will was right. Mm-hmm. So we were just kind of patting Will on the back a little bit and sharing that story this morning. But again, please tell him I'm sorry. There are certain times that I just can't help myself, and I've got to, just to give Liz a hard time, I've got to get Will involved.
No, I understand.
And I've said many times, he's my go-to handyman. I haven't really had to use him yet. No, I did. He helped me put a chair together one time.
That's true.
But I do have a list of chores that I'm hoping he will help me with this summer because, as we have learned over the years, I have absolutely no knowledge in any of those areas. Good morning, Clear 99.
Hey, Scotty. How you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Oh, not too bad. Hey, for an item that'll be referred to as the plumber incident from here forward.
Yeah.
It sounds like it was really money well spent. To reinforce that, a husband can be right.
Right. Will come to see that was $250 well spent because it proved that he was right.
Yeah, you got to write those down because that doesn't happen a whole lot of times.
Yeah, that's true. And now he can, use that for future reference too.
Yeah, but you could put they make a small float ball that you can put in floor drains because what happens is the trap dries out in the winter, but that ball will float when water goes in, but it'll close off the drain so that you don't have backflow odors.
Yeah. This is a conversation you need to be having with Will.
Yeah.
Because neither Liz nor I have any idea what you're talking about.
It's a clear country morning.